So first the relationship, because it's very interesting, especially at that age, And people want to hear that. The adults, they might have forgotten the days, in the past they were in that age, and the kids, not the kids, but the young adults now, can relate to you. So here we go. Here is Meghan.
So just
what is the definition of how do you look at relationships? Like, how would you define it, and what's your ideal man, if there is any? Are you looking for one? And those sort of things. And for me, because I'm into oneness, relationships is something like me as the life force expressing myself as that life force in this body. So an infinite me expressing in a finite body, right? And I choose to do it in the raw foods, through raw foods preparation. And then, of course, I'm looking for someone who also looks at him being the life force that he is, infinite, expressing himself through a body, which is actually, with regards to me being female, him being male, but doesn't identify with that polarity, but wanting to express that infinite life force through that body, doing whatever he likes to do, maybe in arts and in different areas, but having that same sort of concept so that we can harmonize. Well, how about you? How do you look at relationships?
Well, for me, a relationship mostly has to start with yourself. It sounds cliche, but everybody knows that you can't truly love somebody until you love yourself. So for me, and it is true. And so for me right now, I'm still working on that, completing me with me, and not trying to find somebody else who's going to fill these gaps for me and be this thing that I want to be. And if I want a man to be something or do something, then I need to be or do that myself. I can't choose somebody who's like, I want a man who's successful, who, says the things correctly, opens my door, whatever, is courteous. It's like, okay, well then I need to be that. I don't need to find somebody who does that for me, So I have to first look at, so whatever I'm deciding I want to find in another person, I can kind of reflect on that and say, oh, well, clearly that's what I want for myself, So I'm just working on being the best that I can be for me, not for anybody else. And then I think once because you attract the kind of people who are at the same spiritual level as you are, right?
Right.
And who are, so right now I'm just working on bringing myself up to a level to where then I know I can attract the kind of person that I already am, and consequently what I want to find, So it's sort of, I'm not really, I don't know. It's a real personal. I don't know what I'm looking for somebody. If I were to say what I would eventually be looking for is somebody who's really happy and who has fun and
in becoming himself.
Yeah,
himself.
Yeah.
Because that's what you are.
And somebody, right. Somebody who radiates love and who just wants to love and wants to be loved. Simple things like that are really, because I don't not looking for somebody who's really successful at the top of whatever field, whatever they're doing. I want somebody who will be devoted to family and nurturing and be able to spend time on that sort of aspect rather than just on their career or on themselves. You know what I mean?
So after you see yourself as who you really are, and he sees himself as who he really is, you would want to connect because you remind each other of you, and that through that you want to sort of give and have children who embodies the same kind of wholeness.
Right. And also, I really, I always envision, I have a lot of maybe cognitive and intellectual ability, but some of the things I don't know how to do is I wouldn't know how to build a house, I wouldn't know how to fix a car, I wouldn't know how to do, some of these things that are stereotypically what men do, but I do find that if I can bring to the table all these certain qualities, I know how to prepare food, I know how to nurture, and I know how to love, and I know how to be creative and to create on a certain level, but I would like to look for somebody else who doesn't necessarily have those same qualities. Maybe they don't know how to spell really well, or maybe they don't know all the capitals of every country, but that they would have different aspects, different geniuses that will complement it, right? Because I definitely believe there are various forms of intelligence, right? And so some people are super coordinated and super athletic and very hands-on and can. So I would love to bring what I have and what somebody else has, and maybe different qualities, so that together it's like a power team. It can be like we can do anything.
Exactly.
So.
Wow. Very cool. Let's shoot for part 6, which is actually her career.